Breaking news today. Russia's plans to invade Ukraine have been leaked, according to the Defense Ministry. Russia's military and government resources have been depleted since President Putin ordered the invasion of Ukraine in February of last year. According to the British Ministry of Defense, Russia is planning to significantly increase its defense spending in 2024. This is a worrying sign that Moscow intends to keep fighting in Ukraine for the foreseeable future. In its most recent intelligence update, the UK Ministry of Defence, MOD, announced on X, formerly Twitter, that Russian defence spending may surge to approximately 30% of total public expenditure in 2024, citing documents apparently leaked from Russia's finance ministry. According to the report, the ministry proposes a defence budget of 10.8 trillion rubles, which is equal to about 6% of GDP and a 68% increase over 2023. The British Ministry of Defence thinks that Russia can afford a similarly high level of defence spending over the course of the coming year, but only at the expense of the wider economy. The report also cautioned that such a significant drain on the economy is a sign that Moscow intends for its armed forces to remain on the battlefields in Ukraine for years to come. Russian military spending is always kept secret, but these numbers indicate that Moscow is preparing for years of conflict with Ukraine. This comes after Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said publicly on September 27, 2023, that he expected the conflict to last into 2025. During a meeting with top Russian military leaders last week, Mr. Shoigu reportedly said that the Russian army continues increasing its combat capacity. His words were, "Consistent implementation of measures within the framework of the action plan until 2025 will allow us to achieve the intended goals." Russian President Vladimir Putin had previously authorized several measures, including a rise in the conscription age for Russian men from 27 to 30, to increase the size of Russia's armed forces. The president's desire to increase the size of the armed forces from 1.15 million to 1.5 million combat personnel was revealed last winter. In February of last year, Putin directed an invasion of Ukraine. As the Russian army swept rapidly toward Kyiv, many observers speculated that Volodymyr Zelensky's government and army would quickly surrender and admit defeat. However, the invasion has turned into a protracted conflict as Ukrainians have banded together to resist Russia and the West has provided military aid to Kyiv and economic sanctions against Moscow. Ground fighting has been concentrated in the south and east in recent months, where Kyiv is trying to reclaim territories occupied and illegally annexed by Moscow. This is despite the fact that Russian airstrikes regularly target several areas across Ukraine. There are many advantages to losing weight while in the limelight. The rich and famous can afford to hire the best personal trainers, chefs, and nutritionists. In addition, they have the financial resources to cover the cost of any necessary medical care.